My childhood with tools was pretty simple. Craftsman and Sears. If you broke it, Dad took it back, you got your new tool, you were back in business. Breaking things then didn't really happen that often, but when it did, you had confidence you were getting a new one. As time went on, it got a little more sketchy. You'd go back and instead of getting a new tool, they'd give you a rebuilt ratchet, or they'd give you something that wasn't quite the same. And then it turned into your made in the USA tools got turned in for made in China tools. And at that point in time, that's about when Sears left my local area. And it was a sad time for me because we started to look at what other tools are we going to start using. And you'll see we started with some of the Husky tools. We got into a lot of gear wrench, which is awesome. We still use a ton of gear wrench. But I am thrilled that Stanley Black & Decker picked up Craftsman. It's probably the best thing that's happened to the brand in a long, long time. And I'm not here to blow smoke anyone's butt here. All I'm trying to say is my experience with Craftsman and the Made in the USA tools was wonderful, and I'm thrilled that they came back out with it. I can remember one of my first, and I'm gonna guess 200-piece toolbox kits was for Christmas. I was probably about 12 years old. I was elated. It didn't come in anything like this. It came in a little opened gray pouch. In fact, I think I still have it. That's probably something that you can't say for every tool that you might have gotten 30 years ago. But with that said, Craftsman came out with some Versastack tools. I'm going to list a whole ton of the stuff that they have in the description down below. I'm just going to link out to it all. It's actually very affordable. And if you're into this new gig of having some sort of a T-stack or a pack out system with you, this stuff fits the bill and it's affordable. So is it going to be everybody's gig? Are you going to go out and say that this 17-inch Craftsman Versastack is everything you need if you're sitting there playing with Vito? Probably not. You know, Vito Pro Packs are awesome, but this isn't too far behind. I mean, you're talking professional and we're dropping down to a homeowner grade tool here, but this stuff that they're coming out with is pretty neat. So what I'm going to do here, I am not a Versastack guy. I do not have anything other than what came here, and I got this from Stanley Black & Decker. All I want to do is kind of walk you through it. I was pretty surprised as to what they had out there, and I think maybe you will be also. First, what came along with it is this card here showing the actual Versastack system on the back, which you can get this for like 80 some bucks. I mean, granted it's a little small, but other than that, I find the same thing with T-Stack. It's a little small in the boxes, but if you use it for the right thing, it's amazing. So affordable. On the front, they have a bunch of different tools that they have out. One of them is a red radio, just like this guy. This is one of my favorites, the T-Stack. In fact, we had it on the last Milwaukee video, compared it. It beat the Milwaukee radio flat out. But it led me down the road of, wow, Craftsman they've been doing that. They've been taking DeWalt tools and taking it down to the Craftsman line, or Porter cable, which is the old DeWalt stuff, which is disappointing. I want to see some new stuff in that Craftsman line, because that will get me into the Craftsman power tools where I've never really played. But with that said, I'm digressing. This T-Stack radio, DeWalt, fits perfectly on the top of the Versastack stuff. So if you have different stuff that is already T-Stack, to my knowledge and what I can see, it is fully compatible because it works. It worked with this radio. Underneath here, I have one of my camping T-Stacks. You have no issue stacking this stuff up, locking it in place. Let's go through my favorite tool here first, which is this 216-piece kit. Let's come in and look at it. Okay, so on the top, 17-inch. Pretty cool bag. On the bottom, small DeWalt T-Stack with some electrical stuff in it. This is your toolkit, 99 bucks, 216 pieces. What drives me a little batty on this is that they put the 1/4 inch in the center. So immediately I started pulling this out thinking, hey, I'm gonna switch this around. I wanna have 1/4 inch, 3/8, and I can't. Not that it's a big deal, 3/8 is probably where it's at most of the time. This is what you're getting. The only thing that sticks out to me here is this is your 3/8 ratchet, which is very, very smooth. Very smooth. It's just short. I don't know that that's a huge deal. It's just first thing that comes to my mind. Everything else here, nice, stamped, 6-point. That's not going anywhere. All your SAE has 2 lines across it for knurling. Your metric, stamped, same way. 1 larger knurling stamping across it. You have multiple extensions, universals, got your spark plug wrenches. Everything's here. For the basic home mechanic, they can get through that. 1/4 inch. You're gonna have all your Allen wrenches. Again, 2 extensions, 3/8 to 1/4, universal drive. Same situation with your sockets. Stamped. SAE has 2 lines. Then you have all your drivers up top. If you look in the bottom, you can see everything is labeled for what's sitting up. So it's easy to see, easy to grab, very organized. You can put more stuff in here. Screwdriver is, it feels good in your hands. I'm not a big fan of this type of screwdriver, but when you're traveling or moving and this is what you need, it has just about everything you can think of here. Half-inch drawer. Comes with 1 extension this time. A little bit larger, not quite as long as what I would expect for a ratchet. Still very nice. It is heavy, very beefy. Again, stamped, 2 lines of knurling for SAE, stamped, 1 large line for metric. And then they have all of the wrenches up top. They're just dumped in there. They were in a bag. You could store them up top here. It all works. This kit stays locked. You have to push both sides to get everything, to get these drawers to open. Pretty cool kit. Handle. It is heavy. Obviously, there's quite a bit in there. 99 bucks, man. Next up is the 17-inch Versastack bag. Guys, I am not a bag user. So on this, you got a plastic bottom. It has a place that they say for levels across here. I wouldn't carry my level there. I know a lot of people do. They have different ways of moving things around. Quite a bit of pockets on this guy, including across here. I'm not really sure what you would put inside there, but other than paperwork, I could see a ton of paperwork being held in that area. A nice shoulder strap that goes across each side. And what stands out to me are the zippers. I say that, and then this one's folded over and I can't get it open. But this thing came shipped. I mean, just packed down. And I think that kind of is a negative to it at this point because it wants to go back to that way, but you have storage on the inside. And if it just folded up and stayed there, that'd be great, but it wants to fold itself back over, which is why some of the zippers don't want to be as happy as they would be. Place for your tape on this side and more pockets. It's affordable if you're into tool bags. It seems like it's well built. This dude here is a 30-quart cooler, and while the clips that hold it down are plastic, it is on wheels. It is Versastack. As you've seen, I had my DeWalt T-Stack radio on it. 30-quart on the inside. There is no drain. One of the downsides. It does have a nice sealed top. It is listed as IP54 rated, which is interesting to me, to say the least. Cup holders on top. It's rated for, I think, 80 pounds or 66 pounds on top of it. Wheels work, everything's here, $129. This is the one thing that I think could be a little bit overpriced. In general, we've seen everything be priced at $100 or less in this line, especially when you're talking about the Versastack full kit. I think that was 86 last time I looked. This cooler, 129, and you're only getting the bottom. It is some versatility. It is built way better than a lot of the other coolers that you see on wheels. It's something that I would definitely look at. I think it's missing a few things as far as like a drain and then maybe a bottle opener, although I say that and it has it right here. It's just hard to spend $129 on a cooler. I'm not a Yeti guy. I'm not a guy who needs to go out and have the biggest and baddest cooler. I like good coolers. I'll go there. But I can get a really nice big DeWalt cooler for not much more than this. Granted, it's not on wheels. This stuff will come on sale. If there's anything that we've learned through going through all the Craftsman outdoor power equipment that's come out or anything like that, it's been kicking butt and it goes on sale. And it's been very affordable. So I think that that's something that Craftsman has going for them. One thing to note, make sure you shop at Lowe's. If you shop at Sears, you're not getting the Stanley Black & Decker Craftsman at this point in time. I don't understand it. At some point, Sears just stopped selling the name. I don't understand why it's licensed there. Whatever it is, don't buy the Sears Craftsman stuff. If you're buying it online, be careful and make sure that what you're buying is sold at Lowe's. That way you know you're getting the good Stanley Black & Decker stuff. Other than that, it is what it is, man. I like Craftsman. I like what's going on with it. I'm not using all their tools, but I like their hand tools at this point in time. I like that they have the warranty and go in, switch it out. I want to hear your experience. I know everybody's not willing to dive back into this brand just yet. I mean, they're waiting to see what's happening, and the confusion between Sears and Lowe's kind of gets there, and it gets in the way a little bit of us saying, yeah, let's go. But I want to know. So tell me below what your recent experience with the Stanley Black & Decker side of Craftsman is and what you think and if you'll get back into it. Again, we always appreciate your time, guys. Give us a like in this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again. Have a great day.